sharing with you the stories and events that really make Delmarva a special place. And today we add another one to the list.
Every summer, the churches on Smith Island join together for their camp meeting. And this year's happened to be their 130th meeting. 130th.
Wow. And we sent Delmarva Life photojournalist Eric Cheevers to the event. And while it's not hard to see why this tradition has lasted so long.
We thank you for the example that you've given us in Psalm. Praise Him.
Our particular one here on the island goes back 130 years, back in the 1800s. And it's been continuous every year, no matter what come. At one time, we had a severe fire that burned all of our church property to the ground while they'd been put there by our forefathers. The tabernacle that we have now was rebuilt after the fire. That is the second one, but on the same site. And they carried the services a lot longer then than they do now, probably at least 30, 40 minutes longer. And these hot nights under there with not screened in, no fans. And they didn't even have electric lights. They had globes under there. And it would be awful hot. And I can remember as a small child playing in that sawdust, and my grandfather and some of the older men going around with these hand sprayers just spraying bugs in there while the service is going on. When I was growing up, if you were a girl or a boy and you weren't under that tabernacle that night, your parents would not let you date. You went home. So all of us teenagers made it a point that we were under the tabernacle. People just doesn't, for whatever reason, doesn't go to church as much as they used to. Us old timers do, but the younger generation don't put the emphasis on the church like they should. I mean, you can have whatever belief you want, but I put my emphasis on an Almighty. An Almighty that created all of this, created us. And I think I've been taught all my life, and I've always looked forward to it, to trying to serve that God the best way I know how. For people that's visiting the island, I hope they can go back with just a little glimpse of what our country used to be like, of where we've come from. Where we still are in some respects, at least in this community, with the respect to our Creator. For the people that's here on the island, that lives here all the time, I would hope that everybody will have a spiritual revival within their own lives, a renewing of the spirits within them, that they can grasp what this whole life is about, and we're traveling through it at a fast pace, and maybe we can slow down just a little bit to acknowledge what our Creator has done for us and see what we can do for Him.
What a great story.
Camp meeting under the tabernacle in the sawdust, rejuvenating, refreshing relationship. Eric, you did a great job on this. Thank you. Great job on this.
It was interesting because Charlie, Travels with Charlie, suggested that Eric head down to Smith Island, and Eric had never been there before, and we were like, go, do it. You're gonna love it. And of course, there was so much more to this story. We couldn't possibly fit it all in today, so we actually put it online. You need to go to our website to see the story in its entirety, delmarvalife.com. Good job, Eric.
Good stuff. Well done.
And a great show today. How much fun was that?
I loved having Ethan over there talking to us. He put me in my place a couple times. Now,
well, you should write him a note to thank him.
You're exactly right. I need to write him a handwritten thank you note. Tomorrow, maybe you can relate. You're exhausted after waking up in the morning. Well, we're going to bring in a sleep expert to weigh in on the odd reasons you might still be so tired.
And yep, they're coming back. Michael O'Leary and Grant Alexander from Guiding Light pay us another visit. And this time around, they're bringing a few other people from Guiding Light that you may remember, and some other actors from that production, Breathing Under Dirt. Can't wait to hang out with them again. And I hear we're going into the kitchen, too, to make a...
How do you make these connections? You amaze me every stinking day. Delmarva Life, life at its best right here on Delmarva.
Let's toss it over to the Newsplex now for WBOC News at 6. We'll see you tomorrow. I want more. More shrimp.